Welcome to the second episode of our Silverhair Roleplay Adventures Zombie Survival Series. Please enjoy the story, full of zombies, gay romance, and more. Previously, in episode 1, Raiden and Annabella make their way deeper into the burning city, searching for any signs of life amidst the death and destruction. They can't help but wonder how many more people are out there like the other survivor, lost to the horrors that have taken over the world of Geneburn. The air is thick with smoke, making it difficult to breathe, but they press on, determined to help anyone they can, and find any food, water, or medicinal supplies. Trying to avoid the hordes of zombies and other mutants that lurk inside the city, as they weave through the streets littered with vehicle remains and so much debris.
We walk down the ruined burning streets, passing abandoned cars, and litter everywhere as we see a convenience store nearby. Plumes of smoke billowing from some of the massive burning skyscrapers looming above us. Hey Raiden, maybe there is some veggie snacks we can get to stock up our rations. We have been running low on food, and my tummy is grumpy. She is very grumpy face. I say in a cute baby voice.
I begin to laugh out loud from the cuteness of how you said grumpy, covering my Beloidian mouth so I muffle the sound. I snicker pretty hard thinking about it as I nod in agreement. I then squeeze you against me affectionately, enjoying that good belly laugh. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's check it out. We approach the convenience store, careful not to draw any unwanted attention. I try the door, but it's locked. Guess we'll have to find another way in.
As I finish giggling with you over how I said grumpy, I turn to look at you. I then grin as I use my dark magic to slice the lock of the store and open it up. You were saying love? Who needs another way in?
I smile, impressed. You're amazing, Sugar Plum. Let's go in and see if we can find anything. We step inside the convenience store, taking in the sights of rows of looted shelves barren of snacks, drinks, and other items, the remnants of which are scattered all over the floor. The cool air from the air conditioning feels refreshing against our sweaty skin as we climb inside the disheveled store, the lights flickering overhead.
As you look around, you notice that the store had been raided badly, but there are still some leftover non-perishables that you could harvest. The broken lights flicker overhead, casting eerie shadows across the floor. You spot a few unopened boxes of veggie snacks near the back, next to an overturned display. Looks like those might be our best bet, Raiden says to Annabella, pointing at the snacks.
I head over through the aisles full of broken glass, trying not to make too much noise, as I grab whatever provisions can fit into my backpack. My husband keeps watch, his tail swishing anxiously. Hey babe, you should check down the other aisles, and see what other non-meat foods you can find. I suggest to my Beloidian, trying not to be too loud.
I nod, heading down another aisle. I start searching for anything that might be helpful, like more snacks or maybe some canned goods. The store has been stripped almost bare, and there isn't much to choose from. I try to be quick and quiet, not wanting to attract any unwanted attention. After a few minutes of searching, I find a couple of cans of soup and some beans. I hurry back to Annabella, eager to get out of here and find a safe place to rest and regroup.
I turn as you approach, and then I smile as I see the cans of soup and beans you found. Oh my god. Fud, yes. That's an excellent score. I gently take the cans of soup to check the ingredients, and then I laugh to myself. Haha, it's so funny, it's the zombie apocalypse, and we are still worried if stuff has meat in it or not.
I laugh as well, joining you in the ironic humor of our situation. Yeah, darling, it's what we strictly believe in, to not eat animals. I reply. I mean, even with zombies around, we still have to be faithful to protecting animals, especially since that's what my species was created to do. I pick up a few more cans of veggie snacks and put them in our pack, trying to be as quiet as possible. Well, at least we know we won't have to worry about going hungry for a while.
I look up at my Beloidian husband and smile. "K Papa, let's keep searching for survivors and or more food or supplies." Speaking of supplies, I check the other pockets of my found military backpack. Looks like we are low on medical supplies, especially painkillers and bandages. Oof.
I nod, looking around the store. There could be a pharmacy down the block. We could check there. But it's risky. We'd have to be quick and quiet. I glance at you, your words about medical supplies echoing in my mind. And we should be prepared for the worst. You know, just in case. I grip my makeshift axe a little tighter, feeling a sense of determination and purpose wash over me. Let's do this.
I put on my backpack, while I use my lower two arms to grab my two custom knives. We cautiously leave the store looking up and down the burning street for zombies. The coast is clear. I whisper to my husband, as I lead him down the street in search of a pharmacy. We travel past broken stores, burning cars, so much litter and corpses, as heat from the fires hurting my skin, as my dehydration gets progressively worse.
I nod in agreement, following you down the street. The air is thick with smoke and ash, making it hard to breathe. The buildings on either side are charred husks, windows broken and doors hanging off their hinges. The destruction is almost beyond comprehension. But we press on, focusing on our goal, the pharmacy. As we approach it, I tighten my grip on my weapon, preparing for whatever awaits us inside. The entrance is blocked by a makeshift barricade of broken furniture and debris. We'll have to find another way in.
I look inside trying to see if there is anything I can see right off the bat. Dang it, stupid barricade, that's annoying. I bet whoever put it up ain't alive now. I cough from the ash, and I begin to get sluggish, feeling weak from the lack of water, as I lean against the wall, covered in dried blood. The side alley next to the pharmacy is covered in knocked-over trash cans, and various items scattered all over the ground.
My heart stops as I see you leaning against the wall, your strength waning. I rush over to you, my own breath coming in ragged gasps. Snookums, what's wrong? I ask, my voice trembling with fear and concern. I nuzzle you gently, and trying to comfort you. You're getting weaker, are you injured? Do you need medical attention? I feel a desperation building inside me, a primal urge to protect and heal you. Your weakness leaves me feeling vulnerable and helpless, and I can't stand it. I brush my hand through your hair, my other hand resting on your shoulder, searching for any sign of injury or distress. The world around us fades into the background as I focus solely on you. You are my anchor, my strength, and without you, I don't know what I'd do.
I turn to smile at my dinosaur Beloidian, as I stroke your reptilian cheek affectionately. I'm okay, love. I need to find a body of water to rehydrate. All this fire is making me dry out faster than normal. Even though I'm undead, I can still die from a lack of water. I lean against your muscled body for support. Let's raid this pharmacy first before we find water.
My relief is palpable as you assure me that you're not injured. I nod, my chest heaving as I try to catch my breath. Right, but after the pharmacy, we are going straight to water. I say, cupping your adorable face with my giant hand, and then I rub my snoot against your nose, making you smile. Like hell, I'm letting my gorgeous wife die to dehydration. Now about the pharmacy, I turn to face it as I keep supporting you. We should find another way in. There has to be a back entrance or a window we can break. I glance around, taking in our surroundings. The pharmacy is located at the corner of the street, nestled between two tall buildings. The back alley is visible from where we stand. And it's littered with debris and overturned dumpsters. Come on, let's head around to the back and see if we can find another way in. I take your hand, squeezing it gently, and lead you toward the alleyway. The air is thick with smoke and ash, making it difficult to see, but we press on, our determination to reach the pharmacy burning brighter than the flames around us.
As they approach the back alley, the air becomes noticeably cooler and less smoky. The back of the pharmacy is adorned with a large, glass window that is partially blocked by debris from the front of the store. A small, unguarded fire burns nearby, casting dancing shadows across the ground. A dumpster lies on its side nearby, its contents spilled across the alleyway.
I turn to see a group of zombies feeding on a corpse nearby, and I put 2 hands on my husband's wide chest. Look over there. I shush, as I point at the feeding ghouls. How will we get in without them noticing?
I follow your gaze to where you're pointing, my eyes narrowing. I growl in anger, as I watch the undead feast on the poor soul. We'll have to be careful. There's no way we can just charge in there. Let's see if we can find a way to draw their attention away from us, then we can sneak in and get what we need. I take a deep breath, steadying myself, before continuing. Maybe if we make enough noise to distract them. I hesitate, unsure of what to do. What do you think, cutie?
I think for a second, looking around at the ground around us, and my eyes fall on a metal pipe. I carefully sneak over to it, watching the ghouls as the horrible sound of tearing flesh and crunching bones fills the air. I pick the pipe up, and using my 2 left hands I hurl it with all my might. The pipe soars through the air, and impacts a rusty car on the next street, making a loud metal clang, and sound of shattering glass. That should work. Let's see if they go after it.
The clang of metal and glass echoes through the alleyway, startling the zombies that were feasting nearby. They pause for a moment, their heads snapping in the direction of the sound as they attempt to locate the source of the noise. A few of them begin to shuffle towards the car, their decaying limbs moving awkwardly through the debris-strewn street.
Grinning, I nod in approval. Nicely done, my plum tomato. Now's our chance. Follow me. I reach the dumpster behind the pharmacy, and quickly climb atop it, using it as cover as I survey the scene. The zombies are still distracted by the noise, their attention fixed on the car. I motion for you to join me, gesturing towards the window. As you climb up beside me, I lean in close and whisper, "Okay, here's the plan. When I say go, you break the window with your elbows. Then, I'll boost you inside. Once you're in, find the medical supplies and meet me back out here. Sound like a plan?" I squeeze your hand reassuringly, my grip firm and steady. You nod in response, your expression determined and fearless. I take a deep breath, steeling myself for what's to come.
I squeeze your hand back as you tell me the plan. Okay, Raiden, let's do this. I take 2 of my elbows, and break the glass as quickly as I can. The glass shatters all over the floor with soft and loud tinkling sounds. I whip my head around, to see if the zombies are still following the car distraction. "K Papa, now boost me inside, I'll open it from within."
I purr, my expression serious but determined. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. With that, I push off from the dumpster and launch myself at the window, shoving you into the room as hard as I can. The window shatters even further, glass and debris flying everywhere. I land on my feet, then look to see if you're all right. I see you crouched down, hands over your fins to protect them from the broken glass. I grin at you and give a thumbs up, motioning for you to head inside and find the medical supplies.
I shuffle some things behind the back door, and start to push it open for you, grunting. I use all 4 of my arms to open the back door. You didn't think I would leave you out there with them, did you? I point behind my husband at the zombies. Get in here, hottie. Help me look. I smile, showing my cute fangs.
My heart swells with pride and affection as you push the back door open for me. Of course you wouldn't leave me out here. I reply, stepping inside and shutting the door behind us. We are a couple, we are more effective together. I nuzzle your neck with my reptilian snoot before I take a moment to survey the room, noting the scattered medical supplies and equipment. Well, let's get started. I start gathering supplies while you search as well.
I wrinkle my nose cutely as I smell the scent of death in the pharmacy. Ick, it smells like shish in here. I see the flickering lights and the whole place is trashed and covered in blood. Oof, this place was hit bad, really bad. I start creeping against the wall, and look inside of the pharmacy staff door. I see the shelves of pills and medicines.
Pills here!
Some of them had been knocked over, the contents all over the floor. It's hard to see since the glass is covered in slime, and has a big bloody smeared handprint on it as well, making me gulp.
I hear you gulp as you speak, and I can't help but feel a shiver myself. The smell of death and blood is overpowering, and the destruction all around us is almost beyond comprehension. I nod in agreement, trying to focus on the task at hand. Yeah, it's bad. But we've got to keep it together and find what we need. I start to gather medical supplies, tossing them into my backpack as I go. Hey, you find anything useful in there? I point to the pharmacy door you're standing in front of as I speak, trying to keep my voice steady and calm.
Before I can respond, I then see a sudden blur inside the window that makes me stumble back from the door. I almost run into a shelf of tampons, and condoms squeaking in fear. Holy fitch. What the fuck was that? Something just moved in there. I point with my two left hands at the door.
At the sound of your alarm, I turn around quickly, my heart racing. What's wrong? I ask, hurrying closer to you. What did you see? I feel my blood pumping through my veins, my instincts taking over. Stay close to me, okay? I grab my axe, ready to defend you if necessary, as I look cautiously at the pharmacy staff door.
I point with my upper left arm at the staff door. In there, something moved. I hope it's not zombie dogs like Resident Evil. I shudder from the thought. Dogs scare me, especially when they are undead, but Brother Maxie is the only canine we love. I wish he was here to help us.
I laugh, getting your Resident Evil reference, and concern. Oh, yeah, I know those dogs. Those things are terrifying. Good thing we are cat people, ah. I nod in agreement, remembering how the zombie dogs would sneak up on you when you least expected it. But we're tougher than those video game characters. We can handle whatever's in there. I put a hand on your shoulder and kiss your head, reassuring you. Yeah, I wish Brother Maxie was here too, he would love to kill zombies with us. With newfound courage, I inch closer to the staff door, my axe at the ready. Okay, here goes. And with a deep breath, I push the door open, revealing the next room of the pharmacy.
I follow my husband, my two blades raised as he inches towards the door. After you push it open, anticipating what horrors lay behind it, my undead heart almost starting to pound in my chest. Oh boy, this is super creepy.
As the door swings open, a wave of cool air rushes out, carrying with it the faint scent of disinfectant. The hidden pharmacy is dimly lit, with rows of shelves lined with medical supplies and medicines. The air is still and eerily quiet, devoid of the usual sounds of life. The only thing moving is the flickering light cast by a lone emergency lamp hanging from the ceiling.
I take a deep breath, trying to ignore the eerie silence and focus on the task at hand. Okay, Snookums, I'll start grabbing supplies while you see if you can find anything useful in those drawers over there. I point to a counter near the back of the pharmacy where a set of locked drawers are located. Maybe there's something that can help us with what's going on out there. As I speak, I begin to fill my backpack with medical supplies, tossing antibiotics, painkillers, and bandages into it.
I inch towards the locked drawers as I see a blood trail leading to the back of the room to the office. I gulp as the door is slightly ajar, and the blood trail leads right into it. I reach the drawers and carefully try to pry them open with my two knives as I try to remain quiet, not realizing there are glowing eyes watching me from the office.
As Annabella carefully pries open the drawers, the faint scent of her pheromones mixes with the smell of disinfectant in the air. The drawers are filled with all sorts of medical supplies, including syringes, vials of various medications, and packets of sterile gauze. In the dim light, she can see a set of keys hanging from a hook next to the drawers. With a quick glance at Raiden, she motions for him to come over and help her gather the supplies. Thank you for listening to the second episode of our roleplay adventure series. We especially thank our friends and family if you listened to the end. The story gets even more exciting from here as the real shish starts hitting some big fans. We will all see you all in the next exciting episode, and you will find out our fate in the abandoned pharmacy.